Hey guys, welcome back to Wise Kracks. Here we are. Super Bowl only a week and a half, not even away. Randy McKay in Vegas, like I am. Randy's over downtown in a suite, and John looks like he's in the red light district
Oh,
in
well,
somewhere in the Philippines.
I can explain. Well, you're kind of close. I had a meeting at PF Chang's, and I liked this red background because it represents the Chiefs, the Super Bowl champs,
Oh,
three
uh,
years in a row. You
I'm in
like that
trouble.
or no?
I'm in
You don't like that? You don't acknowledge the Chiefs are going to
No,
win the Super Bowl?
I like the Chiefs, but I don't like that you like the Chiefs. But no, you've had a couple. You've had two winners, I think, this year. Anyway, yeah, good. Okay, I like the background there. So,
Okay.
John, what you don't know is, maybe
Yeah.
you do. Randy and I were at the Westgate last night
Right.
for the opening of the props here in town at the Westgate. And usually, back in the day, before the DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, Caesars put the lines up in the United States, the Westgate was the king. It used to come up Tuesday night or sometimes Thursday night. And then everyone in town would take a peek at their lines and say, "Oh, let's go by this, let's go by that." Um, and they had their big meeting, all the guys at Westgate, and come up with the lines every week. I give them a lot of credit for doing that. Here we are the next day, and I'm still waiting for some places to come up with prop lines because they want to see where the Westgate is. At least I got to give the Westgate credit. But South Point had lines up too yesterday. I was really surprised. South Point had player props up. Westgate, we're waiting for Circa here on Friday. They should have a good guide what to go by. I only hope they take as much as some of these other places. Circa's known to take big bets. So, but yeah, so we had a good time last night. Though we went to Benihana for dinner, and to be honest
Thank
with you, John,
You're killing me. You're killing me.
no,
I
to
love
be
Benihana. You're killing me.
really, to be honest with
Yes.
you, Randy said he didn't have enough money in comp to invite you, and I said, Randy, that's not nice. No, we really did. He did say to invite you, but it was too late. It was like 7 o'clock. I said,
It's
John's
okay.
girlfriend's not going to let him go out this late at night. So, yeah, so we had a good time though, and surprisingly, I didn't think there was going to be a time. I didn't think there was going to be many props to bet. I really didn't. I said, yeah, it's. I didn't even get in line. I let people get in front of us. Randy and I, we were there first, by the way. Randy and I were the first two people in the building that were betting props an hour before they put them up. But yet we somehow dropped the ball and we were like 10th in line. So we let some people get some line, get in front of us in line. There was about 20 of us. Randy, would you say 20 of us, 15 to 20 of us? There was about 15 to 20 of us in line. And we actually, you could bet two bets, $2,000 each max, get to the back of the line and go make two more bets. So we actually
Wait,
had,
what is the purpose of that?
well, just to be fair and everyone has a chance at their bets. And let me just see here. Let me get some of the
Because the
packet.
line moves? Because the
Well,
line moves?
they had a lot of different. They want to give everyone a fair shot at the lines. So yeah, here's the packet of really a nice packet, like 20 some pages.
Wow.
Yeah, they have. I didn't think they were going to come up with this many this year. I really didn't. And then they have the boxes. How about you can remember the old box pools like Staten Island, New York had?
Sure. Yeah.
But here you could pick your own box, your own numbers, your own squares, and you can get odds on what they should pay. Now, I'll just tell you with analytics and with all the different things that are going on with the game, going for 4th downs, there may be a couple in here, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Not, and Circa puts them up too. I'll have to take a peek through there though. But they just have everything. I tell you what, for them to come up with all these things they come up with, Jesus, it's really tough. By the way, I said 20 here, page 42 pages of props at Westgate. Got to give them credit. They did a great job on props. And I couldn't believe I actually had so many bets to make. I thought maybe have a couple because you understand for guys that are in the know, sharp guys, it's not like it was years ago because Westgate comes up first in town. However, it's FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, seizures that come up with them Sunday night and Monday. And kind of the sports books in town kind of have guides to go by, so they don't have to hang a number, because if they have something at 20 over under 20 yards, they could put if they were going to put 24 and a half, they only have to put 21 and a half, and they'll still get the bet on the under. So anyway, that's just a interesting situation. It hurt guys like me normally, but I had 12 plays I wanted to make. I missed one. I went to the counter to bet. It was a strong one too. Was it Pacheco? Pacheco minus 8.5 yards over Gainwell. I think it was Pacheco. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Pacheco minus 8.5 yards over Gainwell rushing yards. Someone got to one of those 10 people got to it in front of me. Kind of pissed me off. I was betting that one. Went to 10.5. I guess I could have bet it. I still like it at 10.5. I think Pacheco, Gainwell may only get one rush or something like that. But Randy's back with us here. At least he's texting me and saying he's back with us, Robert, our producer, Robert.
Yeah, I'm back.
There we go.
He's back.
I don't know what was wrong here, but
We missed you.
Oh, what happened? You moved the picture. Randy was sitting back in front of a old-fashioned, a great picture of the stage with Dean Martin singing down to the audience, and in the audience was Jack Benny, Lucille Ball, her husband. I almost said Ricky Ricardo.
Desi.
On the show is Ricky Ricardo. Desi
Arnaz.
Yeah. It was a real good picture, but he's in a suite in town. It was a great photo on the wall there. But Randy, I was saying about the plays last night, and Randy, I still don't know Randy was in front of me, one in front of me, and I don't know what the plays you put in. Are you at liberty to say your first two plays you put in, Randy, last night?
sure. I took over on Mahomes rush yards, 28.5.
Okay.
And I took the Bolton tackles, the linebacker for the Chiefs, over 7.5 minus 20 tackles plus assists.
Tackles and assists. Okay. I didn't know. I knew about Mahomes, but I didn't know about the other one. Okay, so that's good.
Tell me one of you guys bet Mahomes to be MVP. Tell me someone made that. Come on.
No,
it's free money, but it's free money.
There's no value on that, John. Now, maybe value,
but it's free money.
There's never free money.
Yeah,
free
money. Boy, Randy, it's going to be a tough Super Bowl for me. It looks like I have to get lucky and on this one. But I will tell everyone my prop bet that I was so happy to bet, and I bet it the second time, was Barkley, which everyone's focusing on Barkley and everyone wants to bet over on everything Barkley. And I didn't think I was going to find this bet last night. I thought I was going to find this bet closer to game time on Sunday of the Super Bowl. I bet Saquon Barkley longest rush under 25.5 yards. And guess what? You may find that again Super Bowl, the day of the Super Bowl, because everyone's saying, oh my God, he busted out for 60 yards on his first play last week, and I got to bet over. He's great. I love him. I'm rooting for him. I just think that Kansas City may have an answer for him on defense. I think they're going to focus on him. From what my guys are reading from the beat writer there, is they're going to be focusing on Barkley and holding it back. So I'm looking to bet the day of the game, lots of under on marquee players in general, maybe like Kelsey, but Barkley definitely will be one of the players. Maybe you'll find 120 rushing yards. Looking to find something like that. But speaking of the games, and speaking of,
got a Hall of Fame defensive coordinator, so it should be pretty good.
Oh God,
I favor him over. I favor him over Fangio on the side for the Eagles.
Lots of Italians over there, in this game this week.
Is that a record?
Yeah. The Chiefs defense, I don't know, they kind of been looking at the beginning of the year was great, a little bit shaky now. And defense does win Super Bowls. I was talking to my buddy Jerry Eisenberg, 94-year-old Jerry Eisenberg. I spoke to him for, 40 minutes today. And he spoke to one of the biggest names in the NFL. And defense wins Super Bowls. That's why Jerry's looking at the Eagles, he said. So, but I said, according to everyone else, I got the refs, right? That's what everyone's crying. They got the refs. Hey, if you got the refs, just bet Kansas City. That's what you're saying. The refs, the KC's got the refs in their pocket. So I keep on hearing this, how stupid it is. Like I said, if you think it's fixed, then, which is ridiculous.
Well, defense does win Super Bowls.
Yeah.
But
Chiefs have to step it up a little bit.
But so does Patrick Mahomes. He wins
Oh,
Super Bowls. This
very
is a
good.
no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Very good. I keep looking up, John, and I see Satan in the background. I don't know. It was like Satan today. I make out.
You do?
Yeah, I just see him.
Oh, it's a nice Chief festive background.
My God, just
Too much?
Like
it's too much?
No, it looks like where you might be going in the end. You know what I mean? Dress nice and warm, John. No football games over there. I should dress nice and cold.
Yeah. I got you.
I'm just messing around. Of course, everyone loves that. They get mad when I pick on John. So yeah, the Chiefs defense. Yeah. Hey, John, you ever go to Esther's Kitchen?
Yeah, we talked about this. Did we? Or no, someone else. No, a friend of mine actually asked me that. I'm sorry. My buddy Jason White asked me.
I went last week. I talked about it on VSiN the other day. I mean,
it's good.
Esther's Kitchen was stupid. They make their own pasta in house. Great place, hard to get in.
You still have my number, right? Like to invite me to these meals? Okay, well, I'm just making sure.
You told me we were going to go out with your dad. I told you I can get a comp at either Peter Luger's or Giada, and you never got back to me. I told you.
I'm right. It's today's only Friday, Bill. There's a lot of
Friday
time.
Or Saturday. Yeah, we can go Sunday. Do you guys know Donald Trump was in town at the Circa downtown?
Yes. Yeah, there was a big line, big line to see him.
Wow, but everyone got. I know someone that walked in at 10:30 to see him.
Yeah,
but now he came in to talk about the tips. Now,
right,
I got to tell you, of course, I'm a guy that worked on tips my life when I was a kid. So and plus I'm a tipper, so I enjoy that. Matter of fact, like Randy and I went to dinner last night. Hey, Randy, I haven't really talked to you about this. How about that little tip at the beginning of the meal? Did you like that? What I did with the waiter?
Yeah, that worked real well. That guy was there quickly. Kept us filled up.
Right.
Four of us walked in to the grill. And Brian Noe and his girlfriend, my host on Fox Sports Radio on the weekends. So Brian was there with his girlfriend. Randy invited him to dinner. Randy at the top. Very nice of Randy. And by the way, he really did say, ask John. I said, it's too late now. It's too late by the time you get down.
Okay. It's okay.
Fashionable. But he did ask for you. So anyway,
I appreciate it.
Waiter comes up. Hey, how you guys doing? Where are you from? They're trying to see if you're tourists or not. So just to stop all that talk, I gave the guy $100 bill right at the beginning. Here you go. It's $100. Make sure you keep us in drinks. That's all I want. I just want my water, my diet soda. My guys want their drinks. Here's $100. Listen, the bill's going to be what, $300, $350 anyway. So we're going to give him $70 anyway. Give him an extra $30 up front. He knows he's getting a $100 bill. Not only did it work for that, it worked for the other 5, 6 people that were supposed to be sitting there. He goes, no, we're going to eat right now. I'm sending the chef out right now. I'm not worried about no one else. I mean, we got service, and he started the grill right up.
That was great.
And then Randy gave the chef an extra 20, the guy making the food. So they got 120 from us. And by the way, the bill was only $285. It's actually pretty reasonable, I thought.
Wow.
I thought it was. We got lobster and scallops and steak and shrimps. Everyone got huge meals, but I thought it was pretty reasonable. But
I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich last night for dinner.
Oh man!
So yeah, it's cool. Right. It's okay. It's glad you guys had fun.
We got one for you. So anyway, talking about tipping, though, this is a very controversial subject because, of course, I say, of course they don't want to tax they want the cash. They don't want to tax on tips. But some people are saying, well, now I'm going to tip less. What?
What?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, this is a big subject. People are saying, well, I don't have to tip 20% no more. I can tip 15%. They'll be real happy because they're not paying tax no more. I work. I don't get tax-free money. Now I can give 15%. Now, I haven't discussed this even with Randy. Randy, that's no way in your thinking because you're like me. We worked on cash tips in our past. Am I right, Randy?
Yeah, that would be not a good thing, if they decreased people's thinking of that. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But like you said, it's a controversial topic, but a good thing that he came here, and good thing with the tax threshold too. Maybe get raised up, like I said, from 1,200.
Okay. Oh, that's what Randy's talking about is Derek Stevens was hoping he'd get a couple minutes with Donald Trump, John. I don't know if you've seen this. So ahead of time, he said, I hope I get a couple minutes with Trump. And sure enough, he got 10 minutes with him. And Derek said to him, listen, there's this rule of Donald doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. He said it's an antiquated rule from 50 years ago that if you get a jackpot, back in like 1971 it started, over $1,200, you get a tax form. That's got to get raised to like 5,000. And I think he said, Donnie, that's got to get raised. And, and I'm hoping that Donald Trump now knows about that. Right. So I'm hoping that does change. It's just a faster process for the casino. It gets more money in their pockets, and it helps us too. We don't want tax forms over $1,200 and Uncle Sam watching everything, Big Brother. So you get to tell him that. And I didn't understand the other tax that's levied against the casino owners, which Randy explained to me. Randy, you were breaking up a little bit. Do we have you now to explain the secondary thing? What was the second thing he discussed?
Yeah, I'm here. Trump? Yeah.
What was the second thing that he discussed?
So they get taxed on holdings on their sports books. So he talked to Donald about that as well, so they can decrease that tax to help out in different states was what it was all about. So he's trying to get rid of that as well.
All right, so he's trying to get rid of that also, and at least the president knows now what some of these things are. I have a weird subject to talk to you guys about. See if either one of you guys know about this. Do you know the CVS's and Walgreens that are on the strip? They don't honor the sales circulars. So I'm sorry, they don't use the sales circular sales in their stores. When you come in town and you go to the pharmacy right there, maybe you want to stock up on some stuff. They don't, if something is on sale at the regular CVS's all over the place, they don't honor it unless you show them the sales circular or pull it up on the site or the app and say, hey, this is on sale this week. And then I'm told they will honor it based on the sales circulars. But again, why? Why do we have to do that? Why can't you just honor the sales like everywhere else? Why? Because your rent's a little bit higher. You're getting paid so much money. You're making so much money. Just another thing that just pisses me off about Vegas.
It's crazy.
The prices are just out of control. Listen, someone this morning sent me this. I am out of touch. Someone this morning sent me this. He said the eggs are on sale. A dozen eggs on sale from $18.99 down to $13.99. Eggland's Best for a dozen eggs. I was like, a dozen eggs, $13.99 on sale? Is this what's going on? Am I just out of touch?
Yes.
$14 on sale for a dozen eggs.
Yes.
I thought eggs are like $3.49 a dozen, aren't they? $4.99 maybe. I mean, I just can't believe the egg
bacon
prices
and eggs are a fortune now.
Just in general.
Yeah, they had that bird flu too.
I heard that
bird flu caused a lot of the egg price.
Yeah, they could say anything. Yeah, okay. Bird flu this.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean it really is unbelievable, these things that they're trying to say are so much more, and they can use that as an excuse and just to price gouge the country. But in general, going back to the CVS and Walgreens, I'm kind of upset at that though. How can they not give they just want to rip off the consumer and the tourist even more. People know this too. When I see comments and stuff, I read the comments. People are getting upset about the prices about Vegas. I can't believe some of the tweet, I'm going to say Twitter, but it's always going to be Twitter to me. On Twitter, some of the things I read, I put up some tweets during the last 2 weeks. People are sick and tired. There's a lot of people that used to always come to Vegas. They don't come to Vegas anymore because the price gouging and things. And this is like literally one of the reasons this sure is. It's ridiculous. I mean, how about this? Randy, you know that Caesars and other properties, they'll charge you to check in early. I said, what? What do you mean charge you to? If you want to check in early, and let's say you're not a 7-star or diamond, they'll charge you to check in a couple hours earlier than everyone else. The rest you have to wait. They won't give you no early check-in. You come to the counter early. Hey, we got blocks of rooms that are done already. Yeah, we'll put you in. They charge you early for check-in.
Crazy.
You could pay to get to the front of the line. I mean, some of these things. Randy does the
Yeah, and
$20
other
bill.
places are taking advantage of it.
Oh yeah. No, for sure.
That still works. Yeah, the other
Bill-
destinations kind of been taken over because of this, because they're giving better deals, like where I'm up in Colorado, casinos all, everything's pretty, like Vegas kind of used to be, the prices aren't quite as high, easier to hit jackpots, the payouts are probably a little better too.
Right. So
Bill,
you're
Bill,
saying
what were you going to say about the $20?
well, I think Randy heard me say it.
Oh,
The $20 bill, does it still work? A 20 or
oh.
here where it's 2025, might be a $50 bill. You're
Cool.
staying at a hotel for 4 nights. You show a 50 to the, you fold it, but you also show, hey, can this get me a suite? And if they say yes, you give it to them. If they don't say yes, then no. $50, give me an upgraded room or suite. And it's just it's my anniversary. It's my whatever, our first time to Vegas, or will that work with the front desk clerk? A lot of times they split tips and they save some rooms for people that give that money. And I just didn't know if it still worked. I wanted to feel if it still worked in general. Mohegan's Sun is out over at Hard Rock. I'm going to call it Hard Rock Virgin. I'm really happy about that. I said it on Houston earlier. That was my home court. The Virgin was my home court. When it was the Hard Rock, I loved it there. I loved everything about the place. That's where we met.
That's where I met you 8 years ago next weekend. Or actually, technically this weekend, because it was Super Bowl weekend.
I thought it was longer than that. Was it 8 years ago?
8 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, we met there, and I also met Gil Alexander.
I went to many concerts there.
Oh, the joint, right? The joint had the Rolling Stones were in the joint. I mean, Jesus.
Both joints, the old joint and the new joint. I was at many concerts, Scorpions, Alice in Chains, Metallica, you name it.
Chili Peppers.
I was there, Bon Jovi. Yeah. It was a lot of them there. Dee Snider, I can name them off, Motley Crue and a bunch of others.
Even though it was a boutique place, a boutique hotel kind of thing. Randy's right. They had some Motley Crue. I was actually backstage with the Scorpions. Got to take a photo with them. I was
I was gonna say most fun property in Vegas history was the Hard Rock back in the day.
It was
right.
Yeah, they're in the Palms when the Maloofs owned it. Were neck and neck for me.
Yeah.
John, the people still want to know. They're still texting. People say, "Oh my God, you guys talk over each other." What do you think a podcast is?
Well, and you know what it is?
Every podcast I watch is they talk over each other.
But you know what it is? Yeah. It's Zoom. It's because it's almost, there's a little delay. So it's like if we were in the studio, it's easier to jump in because you hear it immediately. Where when we're on Zoom, there's a little delay. So that's why that happens. Okay. Like, I don't mean to step on you. Yeah.
No. I want to tell it to the people, but we're going to we're going to be in the studio here March. So next 2 months. Less than 2 months. So it'll be good. Yeah. But anyway, going back to the Hard Rock, my friend Scott is still a big executive there, and he's a good guy. But it's hard for him to get players in. He's in the player development area. It's hard for him to get players in because it's off the strip. It's you have to take a cab or an Uber to go anywhere. It's not the easiest place to get in and out of like that. But I like that. Sometimes that keeps the riffraff out too. Sometimes, and I think it's really cool how they decorated the place. Put some money up. Some of those suites were sick in there. So I've had great times over the years there. I stayed in the bowling alley suite. I had a bowling alley in the room. I mean, it's just so sick. Some of the suites there, they had an outdoor pool in one of my suites I was in, and then the famous for the pools there too. It was a great time. It's funny. This time of the year, you used to come in for Super Bowl back before I lived here 20-some years ago. You used to come in, and this was a big week for you used to get in maybe Wednesday before the Super Bowl and leave Monday morning. But it's different now. You guys notice every single casino is charging ridiculous, and I mean ridiculous rates to sit down and watch a game. As a matter of fact, let me look up Mark Meltzer. I just did a podcast with him with Meltz, and he put the prices up, what they are charging just for seats at Caesars. By the way, Caesars Sportsbook, they actually put stands. That's right. They put like stands in the background at Caesars, and they charge just to sit in the stands. And the pricing, I got the pricing chart of what it costs. Oh my God, I cannot believe what they're charging for seats this year at Caesars. By the way, they don't even respect 7-star. They're charging. So the big game prices, it's the Westgate's charging $200 per person for reserve seats. Circa, of course, I'm going to give you some off. By the way, these are the bargains. By the way, off prices also. But you could check to see what they have. You could check to see what the pricing is. But the Caesars prices he put on here. Here you go. Ready? Oh God, I can't believe these prices. A full day reserve seating for Caesars Palace Sportsbook. Actually, this is March Madness. I'm sorry, guys. He put a March Madness price on here. Full day for March Madness, $850 just to sit in a regular seat at Caesars. If you want to just sit for the early session.
Wait, one seat? Not a table. One seat.
Seat. Just a seat.
Unbelievable.
You can go right online, Mark Meltz. Now, this is also Super Bowl pricing, but you can see there's actually a little drop-down toggle switch on the Caesars site. You can book 8 to 3 p.m., $700 per guest. Oh, you do get free drinks, though. So you get free drinks. Yeah. The whole day.
What a deal.
Yeah, what a deal. Full experience, though, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. It's a row 4 seat for one guest, including 3 drinks. $900.
Come on.
$900. A full day. Yeah, row 3, row 2, row 1. Row 1, 8 to 9. Believe it or not, row 1 is less money than row 4 or 3 because you get a better view sitting not closer to the screens. You can get more screens in. All come with 3 drinks. They're out of their minds. They're out of their minds.
Caesars Palace ain't even a nice sports book in this town. You know,
No.
a lot of people think that's like the Mecca. I mean, it used to be, way back in the day when I first came to Vegas. Yeah, you went through the stairwell into the casino there. It was, a beautiful place then. Now it's just like a little joint, and it's not even that great. I mean, they're just price gouging, unbelievable.
Total price gouging, totally ridiculous. And it's not just Caesars. We're not picking on Caesars. Strip prices up and down the strip just to watch the Super Bowl, watch March Madness, out of control. I can't take it. I can't. And let me ask you guys. I'll start with you, Randy. Super Bowl, where are you going to be?
I'll be at the Circa watching the game. My friend T-Bone's coming to town, and he wants to go to the party. I told him how good it was last year, and I figured
nice.
I'll go again to Circa.
Nice. All right. So you had one of the private parties at Circa. John, where will you be?
I every year have a Super Bowl party at my house, actually. So I have a bunch of people coming over. You're more than welcome.
Okay.
I know you don't like the crowds and stuff. Yeah.
I actually will be home. I'll be doing one of my shows. I'll do a Fox show that day. So I'm doing a 3-hour Fox show. And then I'll be making a lot of bets, believe it or not. I plan to make lots of bets closer to game time on the unders on player props because some of the sports books are forced to overmove player props. They're forced to, even on volume, people bet $50, $100, everything over. So I'm planning to bet unders on them, and I'm hoping that in volume that they move a lot of these. But let me just tell you something. Super Bowl time is a great time to bet player props. It's a great time to do things like that. But believe it or not, I still won't have the amount of props I have had previous season. When we were filming Action in Atlantic City, Action, which was on Showtime, we were filming. It was the first year DraftKings came into the country and really had a big presence. We filmed in resorts in Atlantic City. We filmed right at DraftKings. And I had just a table full of tickets. It's really before the apps were Giant out there, and everyone had good apps going. I won't have as many tickets as nowhere near. I won't have half because
Really?
yeah, multiple reasons why. One, the books may be a little more efficient due to the lines coming out so early right now. So they're kind of getting everything about right. Give or take. I'm hoping that they're forced to move over on a lot of these props and looking to get be able to bet unders. Randy, what about yourself? Do you see yourself betting now during the week, waiting for Circa to come up with their props, waiting for other properties to come up? Or do you see yourself betting a lot more towards game time also?
I'll always have more towards game time, but I'll have some during the week too. But to get back to your point there, I had a bunch too that first year. There used to be way more sportsbook that would put up, unbelievable props I never even heard of. And we used to hit them on the kiosk and everything else. And it was just incredible time back then. Plus the free bets. I used to have that first year I had a 10K free bet on the Super Bowl and a 5K free bet from another sports book. So
how do you get 10K and 5? Oh, I got you. From the promotional things they used to give you to bet. Yeah, that was a great time.
Can you parlay prop bets or no?
There are ones that you could parlay, and there's ones you can't parlay. You're not going to let you parlay anything that's correlated. They're not going to let you parlay them. But you know what? I think that's all I want to say right now on that subject.
Okay.
Just in case, I don't want to give away too much more. Just in case something does that we can exploit a little bit. And I'm sure even Randy himself will tell you that there has been some things over the years. We had sports books that would take -1.5 on a hockey game and over 5.5. I'm like, it's unbelievable that the things that, let's just call them mistakes, but they didn't think they were mistakes. They just don't know. The bookmakers what happens is there's a lot of places that just aren't bookmakers. They're copy guys. They just copy lines. And sometimes their software is left set up for parlays, favorite over, whatever it may be. And I know I've had those type of situations in the past where I can bet correlated parlays and stuff like that. But Randy, anything else you want to give out? Now we'll have another show next week on the Super Bowl. But anything else you want to give out in the Super Bowl at this early point, or should we wait till next week for some of the more things until some more of the markets come up?
I think we talked about it last night. We both kind of leaned to the over. I took some 48.5 today.
Yeah.
On the over. So I got that number in pocket. So I think that'll go up to, if you want the over, bet it now, because that's going to maybe get over to that 50 range.
Good point. And Randy, how about just the Chiefs over? Do you like that?
Team total over?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like 24.5.
Yeah, I haven't looked at that one specifically, but I took the full game over so far. That's up at a few books too. I will look at that and let you know.
Yeah, I know someone that put that out, but yeah, the over. I thought I was a genius. It was 49.5, and by the way, this game opened up 50 at a couple books. People don't know that. Opened up 50, and there was 49.5s everywhere. And then one sports book went to 49. I thought I was a genius and said, I'm going to put a little bit on the over 49. And sure enough, what happened here was went to 48.5. So it actually, under money came in the market. There's still 248.5s, over 15 on the screen, the line screen that I see, but 49 for the most part. I'm thinking by the time we go on air next week, I'm thinking the 49s want them to be there because I just know public's betting over on this game. Public wants offense. Public's going to go over. I think the over is going to be hit a little bit. There's different syndicates, sports betting syndicate groups that think that this line's going to go down too. This line may go down to 1. There's a couple of ones. Westgate has 1 right now, -08 both sides. And even maybe the money line, I see -120 on the screen. Here in Vegas, you find some good money lines sometimes on the favorite. May go down to 115, or you may catch a rogue even pick 'em. Who knows by the time game time. Circa put pick 'em on the Chiefs game last week. By the way, if you're betting the Chiefs, which I like the money line on the game, I need them for a future. I need them for a money line anyway. But it's not a great giant play or all in play. I'll bet more on some prop bets maybe then. but I do like the Chiefs. People want a side. So Chiefs, when you want to do money line because of the overtime rule, we talked about this on the show before. Both teams get a chance to score if one scores a touchdown. So they're probably going to go for 2 instead of tying the game. So you want to make sure that you're betting the money line rather than laying 1.5, especially.
And remember too, if you're out there, any new beginning type bettor, this is one where the public outdrains any sharp movement. Usually the public has more money on this than any other state game that we'll see all season. Plus, remember, after Benihana, we kind of met one of our buddies that mentioned that podcast from California. I was going to bring that up. Remember the referee guy that gave a shout out to us, Crack, at the Bubble Crab.
We were
that was walking, pretty good.
We were walking, and the guy stopped Randy and I and said, "Hey, I watch your podcast every week." And he gave it, you too, John. He gave a shout out to all of us. And he's like, "Oh, I'm in town to do some refereeing." And, Randy has this, I don't think like this. I'm pure. I don't ever want to know any inside information. Randy's like, "Wait a minute, what are you reffing? Hold on. We got some inside word here." The guy's reffing girls volleyball, and Randy's like, "Can you bet on it anywhere? What can you do for us?" Like, oh, God, Randy,
I love
there's enough trouble going on in the NBA and I don't want no trouble. Nothing like that.
Yeah, we don't need that.
No. But guys, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. We really appreciate your comments. And also of course our sponsor, heritagesports.eu is our sponsor. A shout out to them. I should have done it earlier. They have 1,000, that's right, 1,000 props at Heritage. 1,000 props up. That's unbelievable. Really. Yeah. 1,000 plus Super Bowl props on there. So I got to give a shout out to them for that. I mean, I thought only a couple places here I had like 700-800. Wow. 1,000 props. What's Robert saying to us something here? Robert, hold on. Oh, Robert's got to go. He's got his cameras on this class. Okay, hold on, Robert. Give me a second. Yeah, Robert's all in already. He's like, I got to show this stuff. Yeah, I like Hopkins. All right, what do you got there?
So I got Noah Gray over 1.5 reception. That line's actually positive if you want to take that now. I have Pacheco over 3.5 receiving yards, Pacheco over 5.5 rushing attempts, and Hopkins over 1.5 receptions at plus 120 or plus 120 on that one. I thought was, I don't know. I'm surprised that the line's like that, but the Noah Gray one I have 3 units on. But like I said,
I'm on Hopkins under, just to let you know.
I'm getting burnt left, right, and center. I think I'm down 15 units on the NFL this year, so I can't be trusted.
That's why we got that site reserved for you and John. BetAgainstJohn.com and BetAgainstBob.com.
All I know is I've been spot on. Okay, I said Mahomes. Can't bet against him.
Was that before or after Denver? I don't know. Anyway.
Well, yes, Denver was my long shot, but my steady player was. Come on, I've been saying you can't. You don't have to bet on him, but you can't bet against him.
I got you. So don't forget, guys.
Chiefs win it all.
The Heritage Perks, 108 Juice, Bitcoin Insurance, 1,000 plus props. I just can't believe they're putting up 1,000 props right now. Anyway, they've been in business almost 30 years. I think it's now it's going to be 30 years actually, February. heritagesports.eu. That's our sponsor. Been with them for years, and great sports book. We really appreciate them, and we appreciate you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and we'll see you next week on Wise Kracks.